right, hello everybody and welcome. Thanks for joining us today. This is our last one of September. I know we've had quite a few webinars in September, but we saved the best for last, and you all said that by making this the most registered one in September. So thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for enjoying all of this content and for being with us here today. Before we get started, I'm just going to go over some quick housekeeping. So first is that this is a Zoom webinar and it is being recorded. So please keep that in mind. If you have a question, please use the chat or put it in the Q&A section and have fun. We've got Aaron and Todd and Jess handling chat support. So we've got a lot of great information for you guys today. Ask your questions, get all the information you possibly can out of this, but it will be recorded, it will be put up, and you can reach out to DTuck, Aaron, Jess, Todd, myself, whoever you want. We will get your questions answered, even if we don't get them answered during this webinar. Just a reminder, we want to hear from you, right? We've got two $25 Amazon gift cards up for grabs if you complete the survey. We really appreciate your feedback. It helps us drive content for DTuck, and it lets us know how we're doing on all of these webinars. So please don't forget to fill that out. Just a quick reminder, we've got our next webinar coming up in a couple of weeks in October, and we're looking at safe supply chain. So please register for that one. I will drop the link here in the chat in just a moment so you can register for that one, and we hope to see you there. But without further ado, I'd love to introduce Aaron Spencer, Product Group Marketing Consultant at Dell Technologies, and Todd Matson. Everybody knows Todd. He's kind of the face of DTuck from the advisory council standpoint. He is a senior help desk technician at Cambrian Learning Group, and they are here to give you all the content you could possibly want. So Aaron, without further ado, the floor is yours.
And my mute wouldn't come off. Here we go. Can you guys see my screen okay?
We got you.
Awesome. So again, thanks, Jack, and excited to be talking to everyone today. Again, we're going to focus on SupportAssist for business PCs. Again, as we mentioned, Jess Fairchild, who you guys heard from just a few weeks ago during our TechDirect session, will be helping manage the chat along with Todd. So feel free to answer, throw those questions in there. They'll help answer those as we go. And then we should have some time here at the end to help answer questions as well. As we get started, again, this is something that we hear a lot from our customers of what kind of tools and things you have available to help us. And so we commissioned a Forrester report to understand that what companies want from IT services providers. Over 3/4 of the IT leaders who responded said that they wanted to leverage automated support tools and technologies that free up IT staff for innovation and strategic initiatives. So at Dell, we help provide that automated support and technology experience they're looking for by providing our SupportAssist for business PCs technology. So for those that aren't familiar, I know that this audience has a little bit of a mixed bag of folks that have used SupportAssist and haven't. SupportAssist is our smart technology that confidently keeps your PC fleet running at its best anytime, anywhere. So SupportAssist was launched over a decade ago. When you deploy SupportAssist via TechDirect, your PCs can now self-heal with our library of remediation scripts, and you get visibility to your entire fleet with telemetry-driven insights. We have two versions of SupportAssist. Our home version of SupportAssist provides individual PC control, and then the SupportAssist for business PCs is our fleet management version where you can manage your devices from a single dashboard in the TechDirect console. Again, today we're going to focus on SupportAssist for business PCs, for today's session. So this is our ProSupport suite of offerings. You guys are probably all very familiar with this, being Dell customers. As you move up the stack of offerings, you unlock more features for your devices. I think that's pretty common. But what some customers don't realize is that with ProSupport Plus and ProSupport Flex, you not only get the additional support features like, keep your hard drive or accidental damage, but you also get SupportAssist features to help manage your environment. So if you are a ProSupport Plus or ProSupport Flex customer today, we highly encourage you to take advantage of the capabilities that are available in SupportAssist and TechDirect that you're already entitled to. So by leveraging some of the telemetry information that's available in SupportAssist, there are time savings available. Principal Technologies helped us run a study, and they explored some of these additional PC management features, tracking the time it took to accomplish tasks with and without them, and calculate how much time large organizations might save by utilizing the automated technology included in Support Assist with ProSupport Plus. They found that over the course of a year, using Support Assist for recurring management tasks could dramatically reduce IT admin time, saving 641 hours of admin time per year. They also found that device and driver firmware updates could be initiated to the entire fleet in as little as 37 seconds. So a lot of time savings, a lot of benefits, and a lot of time back for them to be able to work on more meaningful tasks in their environment. Now, as Jess mentioned or discussed in her TechDirect session a few weeks ago, again, for those that weren't able to attend that session, highly recommend it. Go back, watch that recording. Really, really great session about our TechDirect offerings. Again, TechDirect is our end-to-end IT support location. So the lifecycle pillars that you'll see here within TechDirect guide you through whether it's first-time system builds and deployments and the build and deploy pillar, to connecting your PCs and the connect and manage pillar, to responsibly and securely retiring your IT equipment in the recycle and retire pillar. But today we'll focus on that connect and manage pillar only, which is where the Support Assist for Business PCs features are available within the TechDirect tool. But again, highly recommend going back. And if you have TechDirect questions as well, Jess is our resident expert. Feel free to throw those in the chat. She'll help get those answered for you as well. So why Dell and why TechDirect? TechDirect has evolved to provide a kind of a single stop location and solution for our end-to-end PC management. You can leverage our scope and scale to help save you from multiple tool headaches, trying to simplify this process as much as we can. We can help provide a better self-service and support experience. Again, we have more than a decade of experience and of self-service online support, bringing in over 500,000 support requests and 1.6 million self-dispatches globally each year. And those numbers are growing rapidly. They're growing very, very quickly. We offer a secure connected device experience with real-time monitoring that collects not only the information needed to resolve the issues, right? So keeping your data safe and secure in the process. Our install base is over 86 million and counting. So we're seeing those connected devices grow, which allows us to be able to be more properly prepared to help support your environment. And then we have an existing reputation to get global direct and partner customers what they need centrally to manage their PCs. We have over 214,000 enrolled businesses in our portal and over 22,000 partners. So again, a lot of experience that we're leaning on to help provide the best experience. Now, obviously with tools like these and what we're providing, privacy and security are going to be paramount. Your PII information, your business data are never collected, ever. Support Assist collects system state information, so including configuration information, event notifications, and system diagnostic information. So you as the customer are in complete control. You authorize your system state and software inventory information to be collected before this information is used to diagnose or troubleshoot issues. And your system state information is safe. So the system state information is going to be protected during transport and storage. So during transport, the information is encrypted and communication is only allowed to go one way, from you to us. Additionally, device usage and login credentials are never collected. During storage, supplied proxy credentials are encrypted and will never leave your site. An added layer of safety is provided with our Dell My Account that has anti-forgery mechanisms. We have a security white paper available that's linked here at the bottom that you can see here, where you can learn more about our privacy and security measures that are available. And we will provide this deck along with some helpful links as well as a follow-up. Great. So our AI-driven scores take the telemetry information from your devices and provide a holistic view of your fleet and the Support Assist dashboard. You can utilize the left navigation pane to drill down for more information like your device inventory or your remediation script library or your recommendations tab. They all live under that management drop-down arrow that you see there on the screen. We use 7 different data points that are visible in TechDirect to generate the security risk assessments. Security scores are generated using Dell Trusted Device. The application experience scores are based on installed applications in your fleet. So anything that your end users or employees are using on their systems. This doesn't include web applications. This should just be things that are loaded onto the actual device. And the health scores are created by looking at the hardware utilization, software performance, and alerts, as well as OS crashes to help generate that score. Okay. Now, each of these dashboard results use different timetables depending on the data that's being displayed. So for example, the device health application experience and security scores at the top are most recent, are typically within 24 to 48 hours. The trend data for those scores is either daily or weekly based on your preferences and what you set. The PC recommendations for your environment are based on 30-day increments, and the PC utilizations that help you gauge the PC's overall performance are available weekly. Each of these do have specific PC state requirements that you can see listed here on the left. So each one of those is going to be a little bit unique and have different requirements based off of the state that you need the machine to be able to provide those reports and those scores. Along with your devices, your laptops, your desktops, and so forth, you can also view connected Dell monitors, docks, and docking stations all the way down to the BIOS level from your Connect and Manage console. We do have additional peripherals on the roadmap as well to help our customers better manage the components that their end users need. So stay tuned as more items will continually be added to the Support Assist manual in the future. So we'll be having more and more of those devices coming. We've also updated our TechDirect UI to help provide you with the Connect and Manage resources you need all in one place. Within the UI, you'll find educational assets, technical guides, how-to videos, and documentation related to our latest Support Assist updates. One item I'm going to highlight selfishly is our webinar series. We have a Support Assist Masterclass webinar series. This one is near and dear to my heart as I manage this particular program, and it's a great way to learn about the latest updates and features available in Support Assist. We provide multiple sessions in different languages and time zones throughout the year, so we're constantly providing updates. So you can contact us, whether it's at post-webinar or at any time through your Dell representatives to help get invited to those. You then can register. The events are available on our dell.com/events page to register for the next scheduled webinar. But this is oftentimes where we'll go through some of the newest features and updates, and we provide a live demonstration and a walkthrough and provide Q&A with some of our subject matter experts for Support Assist. There will be a link to the events page as part of those assets that I mentioned when we send this out as part of the deck. Okay. Finally, AI. You're hearing a lot from Dell about AI. AI is something that we focus on very strongly, and artificial intelligence plays a critical role in the support journey as well. Support Assist leverages AI to get predictive alerts, to make the appropriate driver recommendations for your specific devices, to help restore your images and more. So again, by leveraging that AI, we can get very, very specific on what we provide for you going forward. Now, also, in the event that you do have a need for assistance, our tech support team also uses AI to provide a faster resolution and improve the support experience for our customers. We use AI to provide virtual self-help agents. We'll use AI to help route priority calls so that way we can get to the right folks quickly, and to inform support representatives of the particular scenario that you're working on and help provide the next best action to help speed up that resolution. So all of this information is needed to help resolve the issue as fast as possible, and they're also automatically included in the ticket, so saving even more time as you're submitting trouble tickets going forward. Okay. When deployed, Support Assist will monitor each PC and proactively detects both hardware and software issues. So depending on your service plan, when an issue is detected, Support Assist can automatically open a support case with a technical support and send you an email notification. Now, there's two different kinds. There's a proactive issue detection, and that's going to be the proactive issue detection resolution helps in automated hardware failures detection, creating that case, and then contacting support. The predictive issue detection resolution helps reduce disruptions before it even happens, right? By seeing that something's about to fail and then taking action. So if we see that from an illustration perspective, here's an illustration of the steps saved with the proactive and predictive support to provide this kind of expedited issue resolution. The gray box at the bottom shows traditional support and all the different manual steps it requires for a customer to get resolution after a fault has occurred. Now, the blue boxes will show you represent the past resolution when Support Assist predictive and proactive automated support's enabled. So you can see the steps are reduced by almost half with proactive resolution. So when a fault occurs, a support request is automatically created and we proactively contact you about resolution. With predictive resolutions, the failure is prevented before you would initiate a typical support process. So greatly reducing the impact to your IT support team and more importantly to your end users as well, so they can stay up and productive and we can resolve that issue before it ever impacts them. Now, as we prepare to start getting into setting up your environment, one of the most critical components is going to be your sites and groups. So as you prepare to deploy Support Assist, the first critical step is determining how you want to organize your sites and your groups. A site is the highest level of categorizing assets, and a group is a subset of a site and comprised of PCs with Support Assist for Business PCs successfully deployed. What PCs comprise a group is customizable and is completely up to you. For example, it could be a group of PCs at a similar physical location. It could be a group with the same model type, so say a Precision, a Latitude, XPS, et cetera. Or it could be a group of people with the same functioning role, like marketing or sales or manufacturing. You can move assets from group to group within that site. However, you cannot move PCs from one group to a group located under a different site. And so to help illustrate that point here, we've got kind of a quick diagram just kind of show you. So here's an illustration of what sites and groups might look like. This example is based on a geographical model. So your primary site would be, say, Texas. You would have sites in Austin, Houston, Dallas, and then the PCs that are available in those particular groups. If you wanted to move a device from Austin to Dallas, that can be moved with no problem. If you wanted to move, say, a PC from the Austin office over to the Beijing office, that's a part of the China site, you would have to redeploy. So it's really critical to get this part right in the beginning. It'll save you a lot of headaches, a lot of trouble, to make it a lot simpler for you moving forward. So taking into account as you're setting it up is a great first step. So now we're going to jump into a little bit of some of the settings available when you're configuring Support Assist for your environment. You can now deploy Support Assist via Dell.com or Intune. In addition, Support Assist can be included as part of your custom or ready image to be loaded on new devices as they ship from the factory. So a way to help really speed up that process. By adding Support Assist to your custom or ready image, you also enable our self-healing image recovery capability if you choose to utilize that particular feature. So a lot of, we've really tried to help simplify the process of getting this deployed out into your environment. As part of your configuration, you can customize your experience with your preferences. You can either utilize the pre-selected default settings of collections, scans, optimizations, and more for optional performance. If you prefer, of course, you can also customize your configuration with the settings that best fit your needs. You can always make changes as needed. Any changes made will be available across your PC fleet in almost near time. You don't need to redeploy if you're making changes. So a really easy way to get that started. Your scans and optimizations can run automatically or can be scheduled to run based on your preferences for timing and the frequency that they run. These scans would be for your hardware, software, firmware, and BIOS information. So in addition, they can run silently in the background to limit any impact on your end users. And speaking of end users, obviously any end user interaction is going to be critical. Your preferences extend into the end user interaction component. So your IT team can determine how much control and access you wish to provide your end users. Many of our customers grant their end users access to Support Assist so that they can perform self-help tasks on their own without having to call IT or raise a ticket to get help. So some examples of those self-help tasks available include being able to clean unwanted files from their system, to apply driver updates, or to tune the performance of their device. It's really up to you what you want to allow them to do, but there's a number of different components that you can enable to allow your end users to be able to provide these self-help tasks on their own and take some of that off of your IT team's plate. SupportAssist also allows for remote actions to be performed by your IT admins. This would be things like updating drivers or downloads and those sorts of things. You can do hardware scans, optimizing system performance, and removing viruses and malware. All these can be done by your IT team, pushing this out remotely to those folks. These remote actions can be initiated by the IT admin from your recommendations tab. So a really great way to be able to help support those folks remotely. And based off your regularly scheduled scans, SupportAssist can also provide you with recommendations for system updates, performance improvements, and network optimization, specifically for devices in your environment. You'll be able to drill down to the individual PC level to see the available updates or recommended actions for that particular device. And as you can imagine, these recommendations are most accurate when the scans are being run consistently. So the more information, the more consistent we see those scans run, helps us be more consistent in the recommendations that we can provide out to your devices. Now, when we talk about the types of updates we have kind of two types. We have both the recommended updates and then we have the custom catalog updates. Um, Dell recommended updates leverages our vast telemetry data to recommend the optimal driver and downloads updates to your unique PCs. That's really critical in that we're actually seeing your environment, and then we can make recommendations on, if necessarily the newest update may not be the best update based off of your configuration and what you have. And so that's a really critical component for us, is making sure that we're recommending things that are best for your environment. We don't just push the latest update. We pair the best fits with your PCs to make sure we're optimizing that experience overall. And then, of course, we have custom catalog updates as well. Now, the custom catalog updates will give you that granular control where you can create catalogs based on the product series of your fleet, the model number of your PCs. You can choose updates based on drivers, your BIOS firmware, application software, and utilities. And you can select the updates based on the criticality level. So you have full customization control of your updates. You can pick and choose how you do that. You can also customize those best fit recommendations from SupportAssist, and then you can make changes that best work for your environment going forward. Again, we want to make sure that IT has all the granular control at all times for what they provide here. Now, one of our newer features that we're really excited about is our library of Dell authored scripts. So to help provide self-healing automation, we have a library of scripts available to help you automate tasks and remediate issues for your devices. So you can either use pre-authored PowerShell scripts available in SupportAssist, or you can create your own custom scripts. Our list of Dell authored scripts is constantly growing, with new scripts being launched regularly. So in addition to the script examples that you're seeing here, we also have scripts for things like Windows 11 readiness, BitLocker compliance, safe BIOS checks, and others. So our user guide has the full list of pre-authored scripts. And again, we'll send you that link to that user guide. And that is also updated regularly. So as we're adding new scripts and newly launched scripts, will be included as we update those guides going forward. So you always have the latest and greatest information. We also have a library of management APIs available for use should you need them. So you'll find the APIs in the API tab of the TechDirect console, and you'll see APIs available for items like warranty status, technical support requests, self-dispatch, and others. From a roadmap perspective, we're looking at how to elevate our extensibility to help us get your data where you want it. So more to come on that. That's something that's in process. Jess and her team are working feverishly on that. So if you need help with APIs, you can use the Contact Us feature that's on the TechDirect homepage to get assistance. So just feel free to reach out. We're happy to help with that. So in conclusion, remember that buying ProSupport Plus and ProSupport Flex for your devices really unlocks these features that we discussed today. With SupportAssist for business PCs and TechDirect, IT admins will gain more control, automation, and optimization. Once SupportAssist is deployed in your environment, your IT team will now have access to smarter support to help resolve issues proactively, to reduce unplanned downtime with predictive support and self-healing automation. All of this can help you provide a hassle-free experience by increasing the productivity with the right updates for drivers, BIOS, and firmware, while optimizing the PC experience for your end users. You can keep your team productive by leveraging the telemetry, backed recommendations to make really data-driven decisions for your fleet and devices, and gain insights into performance, impacting issues, really helping to reduce those going forward. So for those interested in deploying Support Assist, we do have teams available to help answer questions and help provide deployment assistance. So please let us know if you'd be interested in having a Dell representative reach out to you to discuss it further, to discuss your particular environment, and to find out what might be necessary to help get this going for you, whether that's if you'd like to do a trial or in a sample environment. We see that very commonly with our customers. So that was the high level overview. Wanted to definitely provide time for questions and answers. So Jess, I'll turn to you first. Have we had some questions there in the chat that we want to review with the team?
Yeah, we had some really great conversations going back and forth in the chat. So that you guys know, we did have the presentation. We handed it over to Jack, so he will share that with you guys in the DTUC recap. I also dropped links into a lot of different documents that we have across the board, starting with our principal technology study that Aaron talked on how much time you can save. I dropped in another customer story that talks about how they utilize Support Assist automation to save over 50% of their manual tasks from an IT perspective. So that story is in there as well. Um, there is another link that I dropped in here regarding our simulator for TechDirect. So it will walk you through the lifecycle capabilities of TechDirect, but there's also a very robust section in there for Support Assist. So if you want to go into my brain and all of our engineers' brains, it's a really great resource for you guys to go in and kind of dig around and actually get some feel for how TechDirect and Support Assist function. We had some really great questions around kind of the differences between Dell Command Update and Support Assist. So I answered that, where Support Assist actually brings in the telemetry to that update piece, but also provides those next best recommendations, which is kind of a game setter and differentiator for us in that space as well. And then, of course, dropped links into our user guide, deployment guide, and admin guide. Thank you, Blair, for the assist in that. And then I think that was really the last of those questions. Some really great feedback that folks want to follow up with us. So definitely reach out to myself or Aaron or even Jack or Todd, and we can get you guys in the right hands to proceed on next steps. If you have security questions, we've got a really robust security white paper that we have that I dropped in chat as well. If you have additional security questions that are not answered there, we have a team that we can set you up with to go through those critical questions, because data and telemetry is a big deal. We want to protect it. We do protect it. It is paramount, and we want to make sure that you guys get access to that as well. So awesome feedback, questions, and I will stop. So if you have additional questions that we didn't ask, let us know.
Yeah, and thanks, Jess. While we're waiting for them, and as Jess mentioned, she not only dropped all those assets into the chat, but we also linked many of those that'll be in that deck that Jack will share with you as well. So you'll have access to those as well. So if you didn't quite catch them in the chat, you'll get them in the follow-up materials.
Yeah, thanks for the key up there. I mean, they will be everywhere. We will put them in your email. They will be on dtug.com. They will be absolutely everywhere. So if you didn't get them all in the chat, we will get them to you. Don't worry, but don't be afraid to reach out to Todd, Aaron, Jessica, myself, anybody. We will get the information you're looking for into your hands. But Todd, after listening to all this, do you have any questions from a customer perspective that you would love to ask?
Yeah, so I'm a customer, and let's say I'm in the situation where I haven't used Support Assist before, I haven't used TechDirect before, but I'm looking to get it implemented. Is there, first of all, is there a good starting point that where I can go to get started, to get information on how to get these tools implemented into my environment? Does Dell have a good starting point where we could point people to get started?
Yeah, we have. I'd say one of the greatest places for us is based off our websites. We have some really great information that can help get you started, at least provide you with the baseline information of what's available there. That's the first part, is just kind of understanding what's entailed there. We do have a demo environment as well. That's a great way for customers to kind of help experience it without having to necessarily load into their environment. So we know many customers are hesitant until they've kind of seen it in action. So we do have a live demo environment as a great way to start. Once they're sold there, I think there's a few different paths we can go as far as having our support team engaged to help provide assistance, but there are some self-help capabilities as well. I don't know, Jess, is there anything additional you would probably add to that?
No, I think you answered that great.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a number of materials. Like I said, that demo environment, and again, I'm not just saying that because Jess is on the call. That's her baby, but no, but she has put a lot of work and a lot of effort to really provide that real life experience with that tool. And we've seen some really great feedback from customers that have leveraged it and used it to kind of get a look and feel for that same scenario you're mentioning, Todd, where maybe this is all brand new to them and they haven't seen it yet. It's a great way to get it, kind of go in, click around, see what's available. And what's involved there before getting started.
Sure. Yep. Another question is, you talk about a lot of proactive alerts and proactive, if we have ProSupport Plus is getting those issues notified ahead of time. When a notification comes up, can it be configured to where the end user also doesn't get a notification, or how does that notification work? Because I can just see working in a help desk, people see notification, hey, your battery's not healthy, or they probably already know that based on how it's performing, but they get those alerts, people tend to freak out, and then they contact the help desk, and that generates the tickets and all that stuff. But we still want that information on the support side, but maybe not necessarily have the end users know that that's going on in the background. Is that possible with those tools?
You have complete control of that, Todd. So from a business support assist for business PC's perspective, when you configure that support assist package, you can enable that end user view. You don't have to enable it. And then even when you enable it, you can make it to where they can only see the actions and they can't actually action. They're just being alerted, or you can completely turn that off. It's a 50-50 on what IT admins prefer from that perspective, but you can show it to where the end user has no idea that something's happening in their system, and it will proactively create that ticket on the back end for the IT admin and progressively start that process, so that like if it proactively predicts it, it's going to have that support ticket in there for your IT admins to remediate that before that end user even actually sees that problem.
Sure. And then we have a lot of our members, my company included, have a lot of remote folks out there who are working out of their homes, not in an office, not near a support center where they can just drop off their PC to get the help. When it's determined that a part needs to be replaced or service needs to be done on a machine, does there need to be a separate call into Dell's ProSupport to schedule a tech to go out on location, or is that automatically done through this process if it's determined automatically? Can we dictate when that happens, or do we have to generate a different ask in order for that to make that happen?
Nope, it is all automated as part of that process, but from your TechDirect console, because it's a global tool and you have remote access to it, you can interrupt any of those those automated plans there. I have a funny story I got from a sales representative once. There was this gentleman living his best life on a boat, and he had a proactive failure go into his TechDirect account, and he was able to intercept the support ticket and change his address to his next port of entry. So tech support was actually able to meet him in his next port of entry and get him back in his boat and, back to living his best life within 30 minutes. And I think that's a really great example of the automation that TechDirect brings, because when it opens that support ticket, it's got all the telemetry and data needed to solve and remediate that issue. And if it dispatches that part, you still, from an IT admin perspective, can log into TechDirect at any time and interact with that open ticket, but especially if you need to change a delivery address or schedule an actual technician to go out. So you've always got control of that.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
All of us want to live our best life on boats, right?
I know, right? Yeah. I'm actually in Florida waiting for this hurricane to pass by. So.
Oh goodness, so be safe.
It'll be all right. Yeah. The other thing is, let's say I'm a user who has never used Support Assist before, but the machines that I've received have Support Assist on it already, or someone has downloaded Support Assist off the public Dell website. Can you just kind of expound a little bit the difference between what the public Support Assist client versus the business business client, and how that works, and what needs to be done if that happens?
I'm about to blow your Blow your mind, Todd. Okay, so those two versions of SupportAssist. So the SupportAssist version that ships on the box out of the factory, which is probably your one-to-one example that everybody has in their house if you have a Dell PC, that's that end user view that can be enabled from a business perspective. If you come in and configure SupportAssist from business for business in your TechDirect console, it will remove that home one-to-one version. But because you said that they can download it from Dell.com, that used to be my number one giveaway for why folks were having issues. I'm doing air quotes, seeing their fleet in TechDirect, because that's not what the one-to-one version that gets shipped on the factory is. You could also download that one-to-one version from Dell.com, and it still wouldn't allow you to see that fleet level view. But as of July, we have a new version of SupportAssist for business PCs that you can download from Dell.com. You can also download it directly from Intune now. So you can push it. So if your IT admins are managing their fleet in Intune, you can now seamlessly deploy that business version and then come into TechDirect to customize and configure. Previous versions of the business version of SupportAssist, you had to log into TechDirect, pre-configure it all, and then go deploy it. So we've just kind of swapped that. You can actually place the SupportAssist for Business installer in your custom images. So if you're, creating your custom images via Image Assist, or you purchase Ready Image or Pro Deploy or Connect Provisioning, you can have SupportAssist already in your custom image, which also will allow you to take advantage of self-healing image recovery, which is that OS recovery of an image from the cloud. But that SupportAssist connectivity is not tied directly into TechDirect anymore. You can actually download it from Dell.com. But it's just understanding that there are two different versions. If you've deployed SupportAssist and you're not seeing that fleet view in TechDirect, chances are 9 times out of 10 you've deployed the wrong version. So making sure that you're reading that documentation clearly from where you click that download button. If you get it directly from Intune, it's that business version. I've worked with Microsoft to remove the home version.
Aaron, you talked a lot about SupportAssist using a lot of AI and machine learning and how it works and how it interacts with the PC. This is kind of a two-part questions. One, do you need an AI PC to take advantage of all the advantages of SupportAssist because of that? And two, are you seeing, or do you have any metrics? Does Dell have any metrics on the utilization of the PC for those things to use? Like how much is being used of the CPU, RAM, stuff like that to make those things happen in the background? Are you seeing a difference in that when these things are run, or is it really very minimal that's not really noticed?
Yeah, so answer the first question, for the requirement of a AI PC, the answer is no. Obviously, we know that customers are going to have a mix of devices in their environment, and so that's not a requirement to get that functionality, that AI component that's happening on our side. For the second question, we do have some metrics. We can pull those up for you guys, but there are some metrics on what the CPU utilization looks like, what the network utilization looks like. I don't have those off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
I can quickly grab those. Or do you have those, Jess?
I don't have them open, but
Yeah.
they're in the security white paper that I linked in the chat. There's a whole
Okay.
graph on it. But honestly, those numbers, it's not a heavy lift, but those
Right.
numbers will vary depending on what other applications you've got on your system. Yeah, it's a very small footprint.
Awesome. And I guess the last question, just so everybody is aware, can you just go over what product lines are supported in the SupportAssist for Business?
Sure can. Probably not the news you want to hear, so that's all going to update soon. But today, SupportAssist is supported on our Inspiron G Series, XPS, Alienware. It is not a Dell branded SupportAssist version. It is an Alienware branded SupportAssist version. Vostro, Latitude, Precision, and Optiplex. Note that it is Windows, not Chrome these days. That's an update that happened a few years back. So yeah. Pretty much
awesome.
all systems that ship out of the factory have the home version, and then you can deploy it to any Dell device, the business version.
Any Windows.
Right.
Any
Correct.
Windows device.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Awesome. That's all the questions I had ahead of time. I guess any other
Yeah,
questions in chat?
yeah, there's one more question in chat. There's so David asked about PCs, what about ISG? So there is a legacy support assist for enterprise version. It is now referred to as Secure Connect Gateway. There is a link and launch to that portal from TechDirect as well, but mostly your managed abilities are in your My Service 360 dashboard with Secure Connect Gateway.
Awesome. Well, that's everything. I mean, that was a lively conversation. I was highly entertained. Well, yeah, I mean, with that, right, we've got about 20 minutes left. So I would love to leave a little bit more time for questions. If anybody has anything else to add to Aaron, Jess, Todd, if there's anything else you guys want to know, we've got some time. If not, we can give everybody 20 minutes back in their day.
Yeah, no, we've got some great questions for you guys from a survey perspective. We really rely on you guys to help us keep this technology fresh and functioning
Right.
to a way that you would expect it to. So I do take this feedback back to our engineering team and we put them on the roadmap. As you can see, you know, the shifting of the stack down to support out of warranty devices from a support assist perspective was something we heard loud and clear, and we were able to push that live this year. So definitely tell us what you guys want this to be because we make it for you guys. So
Yeah, and
Could I
I'll
just,
take this. Oh, go
oh,
ahead,
go ahead,
Todd.
Aaron. I was just saying
No, go
in
ahead.
chat, from a DTech board member, I'm just curious, if you're in chat and you're here and you would love to see a deep dive of TechDirect and Support Assist, can you just push one in chat? Just see if there's an interest there for us to do a deep dive webinar in these tools.
oh yeah,
That's a
Todd, you just blew
yes.
up the chat.
So that's good feedback, for instant feedback for us right now, knowing that this is something that we need to get on the roadmap and we're gonna try and do. And really appreciate you guys being part of the community, being part of this webinar, and because we want to make sure that the content that we're making for you guys is relevant and makes a difference in your day to day.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And if
for
I could
sure.
add
We're here to save you
one,
guys time.
yeah, and one more plug for our masterclass webinar series as well. So that's a great way for customers to be able to see some of the newest features and updates available as part of for Support Assist and what's been launched. So be on the lookout for those. Again, dell.com/events. You'll see somewhere they're scheduled, but there's also a link to that as part of the materials we'll send you. So it's another great way to stay on top of what's changing and what's new within Support Assist.
Yeah, definitely. That I love the webinars, you guys. We actually get some of our top engineers to come help us to come support us on that call to walk us through things. So if you've got the super in the weeds questions, this is your venue for us, and we host them monthly. And Aaron also hosts them around the globe too. So you have options to join translated sessions as well, hosted in native languages. So definitely check those out. And if you've seen it, if you saw it last year, you haven't seen the latest because we push, you know, support assist updates pretty frequently to keep up with the demands of you guys. So definitely stay tuned. It's ever growing.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. I really appreciate everyone's time today. I mean, this was fun. Clearly, everyone was here for it. Todd, I think you drew the most interaction in the chat, so good for you. Throwing that out, but clearly we got to get that deep dive. I mean, we said that the other week on the TechDirect webinar, so we are working to get that to you. We're looking tentatively at December, so everybody stay tuned. Those announcements will come out, but we're looking to get that scheduled for everybody. And just thank you for your time. This was a fun month of content, so I really appreciate everyone's time.
We appreciate all you guys from Dell coming on to our community webinars. We really appreciate your time.
Yeah, we thank you guys for having us. So we will see you guys in December. Thanks so much, y'all.
That's right.